right, Greg, this is what I got for you. We've played 6 games, right? Let's see. The Huskers are 3-3. Yeah. And 6 games left to go. Just about everybody in the country's played 6 games. So how about mid-season grades? Mid-season report card. You look thrilled.
Well, I mean, it's definitely better than it would have been if you asked me this, after the first 4. But I still got to give, the offense maybe a C plus right now. Defense right around a C. Special teams, I'd probably go B on special teams. So, yeah, it's not horrible. Sounds a lot like my grades back in the day.
Well, I got to think your defensive grade jumped up quite a bit here in the last game and a half.
Yeah, it was a D before the last 2 games. It would have been D minus. So, yeah.
Is Zoe on board with that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Is that what you heard?
C plus offense, C defense. So what's the issue with the offense? What would weigh down the offense? Is it mostly the offensive line?
Yeah, I mean, the offensive line with a lot of those injuries. And I mean, Casey Thompson takes a beating every week. And it's just kind of hard to expect him to keep trying to get up. I mean, he's a tough guy, big time tough guy. But, the offensive line has just been – they've been okay. I mean, they're obviously better run blocking than they are at pass blocking. And, if Nebraska keeps it simple and still goes run heavy, which, Anthony Grant only had, 47 yards against Rutgers. I mean, there was nothing there inside. Rutgers D played really well. Their front 7 played really well. And, those 47 yards were tough yards that he gained. And most running backs, in my opinion, probably would have gotten about 25 yards on those carries that he had. But, he's been a big bright spot. And obviously the way Trey Palmer's come on and, you kind of get Travis Vokalek rolling a little bit. He had a touchdown against his former team, Rutgers, there, which was big. And, he was a difference changer in that Northwestern game to start the season until he got hurt. So, you keep him. I mean, he's been dealing with injuries, but, he's going to keep on playing. And, I mean, obviously they have a chance to move up. But, when you only score 14 points against Rutgers and, you're just not – you're not – putting all those points up there like you kind of expected a high-flying offense to do. And we'll see. I mean, it's a little better. I mean, turnovers haven't been a huge problem, but you're still having some penalties that really hurt you. But overall, I like the direction that they're going right now, but we'll see.
Husker Corner. So the Illinois game on the 29th, that game time has not been announced or the network or any information on that. Only partial schedule has been announced for that weekend. So you can anticipate that we will hear on Monday after this coming Saturday's games. So that's going to come out. They usually come out almost 2 weeks prior on that Monday after Saturday's game. So we will know next Monday.
Yep, nothing yet.
What about the Illinois game?
I don't know if they've had Nebraska play 2 straight. There will be 3 straight night games now. I don't know if they will keep doing that or not. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, so at the top of the Big Ten, basically Fox and ABC/ESPN makes those selections for the entire season before the season starts, but they only go so far. And then they basically take it week to week to week, depending on how good the teams are and the pecking order of what.
Yep.
Yeah. So when you'll see, I used to see it when I worked at ESPN. We would get some kind of preliminary schedule, and there'd be a lot of ands and ors of a few weeks in advance, and you could tell that, okay, this was an ESPN game, but if somebody's going to drop a game, like let's say it's Kansas State and TCU, and they're having decent seasons, so if they win their next game, they're probably going to slot that to ESPN. But if one of them loses a game, they may drop it down to ESPN2, and they're playing that kind of deal as well.
I mean, you never know, too. Hey, if Illinois and Nebraska both win this weekend, that could be a desirable game to televise at the 6:30 time slot. So
no, that's a great point. It's a great point. So it's Purdue, on the 15th. Then it's a bye week. So man, if Nebraska could get to 3-1 in the Big Ten, and Illinois beats Minnesota, that's a big game in the division.
You played for first place, technically.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the big noon, just like you, Mike. It's horrible.
Well, it's not the big noon for you guys.
No, a little bit earlier.
That's why I always thought it was strange that in this situation that they would name a show or a kind of name a game block based on the time only in one time zone.
Yeah.
So for the rest of the country, it's not big noon.
No.
It's big 11, it's big 10, it's big 9.
Yeah.
You're talking about roughly 3/4 of the country.
I got to leave my house at 7:45 in the morning to go to a dang 11 a.m. game.
Yeah, that's way too early in the morning.
I'm there I'm there. I always get there 3 hours before kickoff at least. So, I mean, it's only a 20-minute drive for me, but yeah.
So why do you get to the game so early?
Get a good parking spot.
Okay.
I get all my gear there, and you hang out with the media, and you get your breakfast or your lunch or your dinner, or whatever time the game is, and then I go down 90 minutes before kickoff. I'm down on the field, so yeah.
Yeah, so you're taking shots at the players and doing all that before the game starts, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down there during the whole pregame and all that. So.
Because when I was going to games, I wanted to get there as late as possible. Not as late as possible. I had a job to do, but I wanted to get there.
Like that,
I didn't like getting there 3 hours in advance. Yeah, I wanted to be able to eat and obviously get everybody set up to where we could do our jobs. But man, I did not look forward to, let's start driving 4 and 5 hours before the game starts.
Yeah. No, so I have a parking, I have a parking permit right next to the stadium in the media lot, and all the spaces are coned off when you get there. They're like supposed to be reserved, but there's no more since all the TV deals. None of the local stations have satellite trucks covering the game anymore, so it's just individual cars and stuff, and they always give you all kinds of crap. It's like, I'm media. Yeah, one of those spots is mine, Oh, okay. And it's just like, why do I have to even tell somebody that, because you stop, and sometimes I'll just get out and move the damn cone myself, and it's just like, whatever. But I've always been like, I've always tried to get there early enough till I get a good spot, and because you never know if that thing fills up, because it's not all just media that park in there. I don't know how some special people get in there that are just fans going to the game, but they do. So,
so you're saying these days that there aren't satellite trucks outside the stadium?
Well, just the network doing the game. Yeah. All the big the big rigs and stuff. But the local stations, like, none of the games are on ABC anymore. So the Omaha ABC station and the Lincoln ABC station don't bring their, you know, their small satellite trucks anymore. And, you know, the other local Lincoln stations don't need it there because, you know, they're CBS and Fox. And then the other, same from Omaha, and then NBC station. And so none of them are carrying the games anymore. You know, it's all on BTN or on Fox, main Fox, and you know, the Omaha Fox station is a joke. They're run out of Iowa or out of South Dakota somewhere. They don't even cover the games. So, yeah, none of the local stations have any of their satellite trucks in use at football games anymore.
So nobody's showing up to do like a pregame show or to do.
No, they're not on. The games aren't on their network anymore.
A hit for the 6 o'clock news or anything like that.
They just do stand-ups out on the field and stuff and pipe it back. You know, it's you know, because you know they're not. The games aren't on their networks, so they don't have a pregame show or a postgame show anymore. So yeah, it's really strange.
Yeah.
But yeah, you always have the big, you know, all the network, all their, you know, 18-wheelers, huge satellite trucks out there.